This is maybe the most humiliating headline for this administration so far. Donald Trump has canceled Doge. He has ended his signature waste, fraud, and abuse program in order to save money. Think about what that means for a moment. Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. I know many of you have probably forgotten about it because it's been completely failed and has not achieved any of the things it supposedly was going to achieve. Trump said Doge is going to clean up Washington. It's going to root out fraud, waste, and abuse. Will cut billions and it'll delete mountains of bureaucracy. And it's just going to be so awesome. It turns out it was a waste of money and it was costing more than what it supposedly was able to save. So they have quietly shut it down without even acknowledging this until reporters said, look, this thing seems to be gone. What is going on here? It's like those fuel additives. I don't know if you remember when I was younger, some of my friends would go, oh, we got to go to AutoZone and get this thing you add to your fuel tank. It's $10, but it'll save you money because it improves gas mileage. So you've got to buy the additive, but then you save money on gas. And then it turns out it didn't really work. So you go, I guess I'll stop buying the fuel additive because it's not really saving me any money. That is what ultimately happened with Doge here. Now, the official statement from inside the administration is simply, it doesn't exist. It's gone. That's from the Office of Personnel Management. Asked about the status of Doge, they're essentially saying, don't know anything about it. Not a thing, doesn't exist. Now, the primary question I go back to, aside from the money part, is where are all of the consequences for the fraud that they found? Fraud is a crime. They talk about rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. And yet we have seen no one, not a single person face consequences of any kind, never mind an indictment for the fraudulent nature of what they were doing that Doge turned up. Now, of course, we all know it's bullshit. They talk about tens of billions saved and all of that. They never really found proof, no public accounting. There were statistical errors where they said, we just found billions in savings, but really they meant millions. And then it turns out that even the millions were actually a program that hadn't even started yet, or that had already been cut under Joe Biden or whatever else the case is. Nothing anyone could verify was ever achieved by Doge. It was branding, it was Elon Musk, it was tweets. And meanwhile, the actual government work ended up being handed back to the regular agencies that were doing it after Doge fizzled out. And reportedly, a bunch of Doge employees ended up being moved to other roles in the administration, and a whole bunch of them just lost their jobs. Some got side projects, Trump's National Design Studio, another one of these just moronic things. They need to beautify government websites. If that doesn't sound like waste, God, guys, give me a break. And then when you look into the Elon Musk angle of the entire thing, it's kind of even worse because remember that Doge was built around Elon. Elon promoted it. He posed with props and he says he has a mandate to delete regulations. And then his relationship with Trump completely blows up. He leaves Washington. And of course, Doge just starts to kind of evaporate at the exact same time. And people talk about Doge in the past tense. Doge did what it set out to do. Doge was able to accomplish what did they call it? An efficiency mandate or something like that. And what they didn't want to just say out loud was the project is over. So this is a remarkable humiliation. Trump designed an agency that was going to increase government efficiency by saving money. They were going to run it like a business. They initially put two people in charge of it instead of one. Remember when it was Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy? And it was clear that Vivek Ramaswamy was really doing nothing and it was just Elon. So Vivek quietly went away. And now it's being dissolved for being what we said it was from the beginning, extremely inefficient. They've created the Department of Fixing Leaks, and they didn't find any leaks other than inside their own department. That's the equivalent of what went on here. And now you've got the White House kind of pretending that the entire thing never happened. Hyped, bragged about, chainsaws on stage with Elon, the entire thing. Now they want it wiped from memory. So Trump has suffered a lot of public humiliations, every single foreign trip, every single speech, every single signing ceremony in the Oval Office. It's a lot. But in a sense, this was going to be the trademark, hallmark, signature achievement of Trump's second term. It accomplished nothing, and they wanted it to quietly go away. So the program to clean up DC exposed that what really needs to be cleaned up was the program to clean up DC itself. It's like it became the punchline of its own joke, and now it goes to wherever these ideas go, never to be heard from again. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.